Welcome students to our Get Financially Fit for Fall 2023 workshop. With fall quarter quickly approaching, we want to ensure that your finances are in order by then. During this workshop, we will discuss some important money reminders such as how to read your dynamic bill from the Student Business Services Office, how to ensure that your financial aid is ready to disburse on time, understanding your financial responsibility, options if you have a balance after financial aid, and important reminders and deadlines to keep in mind. Without further ado, let's get started. In this section, we will focus on two important dates happening in August. Before we dive into your monthly billing statement and dynamic bill, it's important to quickly recap what the cost of attendance is and what costs are factored into the cost of attendance. The cost of attendance is an estimated budget of what it will cost you to attend UCR for one academic year. Regardless of whether you're living on campus, off campus, or with family, all cost of attendances will have the same categories as listed on this slide. These categories are split into direct cost and indirect cost. Direct costs, which are highlighted in green, are costs that the university will bill you. These are the costs that will show on your bill. Indirect costs, which are in white, are costs that the university will not bill you. Once you understand this concept, it will be easier to understand how to read your charges on your student account. By now, the Student Business Services Office has assessed tuition and fees for fall quarter. An email, as shown on this slide, should have been sent to you notifying you that your monthly billing statement is available. Keep in mind that your monthly statement is different from your dynamic bill. Your monthly statement is just a picture of the account at that given time, but students should always check their dynamic bill as it is the one that will display the most current balance. To access your monthly statement and dynamic bill, you will need to go on our web and select the student account icon. You will then select Student Account Online. When reviewing your dynamic bill, you will notice a notification pop up on the top right-hand corner. This will confirm the undergrad and graduate tuition fee deadlines and grace periods. Always review the academic calendar for all deadline dates. Looking at the box in red, this will give you an overview of your account. The current balance is the full account balance for the quarter, but the minimum balance is what you will need to focus on. This is what you will need to owe by the fee payment deadline date. This section will also show the current billed balance for the term as well as the estimated aid. The minimum due already takes your estimated aid into consideration. It subtracts your estimated aid from your balance. In the activity details, you will need to pay attention to three sections: the previous balance, estimated aid, and aid on hold. The previous balance is the balance from your last billing statement. Your estimated aid is approved aid that is being applied to the balance resulting in the minimum due amount. And the aid on hold is aid that is not reducing the balance due to pending holds or missing requirements. If you do have any aid on hold, please make sure to take care of that as soon as possible. Let's talk about determining your financial responsibility. If your charges are more than the aid that you have accepted, you will have a balance and it will be your responsibility to pay that balance by September 15th. If, on the other hand, your financial aid that you accepted is more than the charges on your account, then you will have a credit and a refund will be issued to you. We highly recommend you sign up for direct deposit as it is quicker and safer. If you don't, then a check will be mailed to you at the address listed on your account. If you do find yourself having a balance, there are some options you can explore. You can apply for scholarships, work a part-time job, take out a loan, or sign up for the deferred payment plan. All of these options will be discussed in detail in the next few slides. If you are considering applying to scholarships, we want to bring to your attention a scholarship that is currently open to all UCR students. The Continuing Student Scholarship is a scholarship offered through the Financial Aid Office. You may apply for multiple scholarships with one application and scholarship essay. Make sure that you are answering all sections of the prompt when writing your essay. The deadline for this scholarship is 11:59 p.m. on September 8, 2023. Additionally, we encourage you to seek other scholarships by using free scholarship databases. A few scholarship databases that we recommend to start with are scholarships.com and FastWeb. However, We encourage you to check out our website at financialaid.ucr.edu for more information on scholarships. Lastly, if you do happen to receive an outside scholarship, it is important that you notify our office. Please have checks payable to UC Regents and mailed to UCR main cashier's office at the address listed on this slide. Alternatively, you may drop off scholarship checks using the cashier's drop box located on the east side of the Student Services building. If you were awarded work study or are considering working a part-time job, this can help pay for your other expenses. For students who have been awarded work study, keep in mind that it will not disperse to your student account to help pay for your tuition and fees, but rather the funds will be awarded to you directly through a bi-monthly paycheck. Students interested in using their work study funds must apply on Handshake. These jobs can be on or off campus, but make sure it says work study in the job title. Once you have been hired by an approved work-study employer, make sure to sign up for a direct deposit. To learn more on how to search for work-study jobs, please visit the Career Center's website at careercenter.ucr.edu. For students who were not awarded work-study, you can still apply to jobs on Handshake. If you have been offered loans and are considering taking them out, students must complete certain loan requirements. If you are taking out a subsidized or unsubsidized loan, you must complete the Master Promissory Note, which is the MPN for short, and the entrance counseling, which can be found on studentaid.gov. When you are on this website, you'll want to hover your mouse where it says Loans and Grants, and then you will click on the boxes in purple. If you are taking out a Parent Plus loan, the parent must submit an application and a Master Promissory Note, also on studentaid.gov. These are the items in green. Regardless of which loan you take out, all loan requirements must be completed in order for the loans to disburse on time. If you are taking out a California Dream Loan, you will also need to complete the entrance counseling and Master Promissory Note. The link to complete these requirements will be available in your Requirements and Eligibility section in the financial aid icon on our web. We understand that taking out loans can be scary. However, if you do find yourself having to take one out, only take out what you need. You can take out a partial amount of what has been offered to you or the full amount. Lastly, there is a deferred payment plan. This is designed to assist students in paying for tuition and fees over an extended period of time. Note, however, that the plan does not cover housing charges. The DPP program is available for fall, winter, and spring quarters only. There is a non-refundable processing fee of $25, which is subject to timely sign-up. Students who would like to sign up for DPP will need to refer to their Student Accounts tab, then click on Student Account Online on our web to enroll. It opens and closes at specific times during the quarter. All past due balances must be paid prior to enrollment into the plan. Before we move on to what to expect in September, there are some quick reminders we would like to make you aware of. If you have been offered Cal Grant, funding is limited to 4 academic years. Students should monitor their Web Grants for Students account for requirements and remaining eligibility from the California Student Aid Commission. If you currently don't have a financial aid award, it is most likely due because you have supporting documentation that must be turned in. To check what these requirements are, go to your Requirements and Eligibility tab. All supporting documents will need to be uploaded to ucr.verifymyfafsa.com, which is the student forum site. If you do have requirements pending, we urge you to complete these as soon as possible so that we can award you accordingly. Lastly, students are automatically enrolled in the UC System-Wide Health Insurance Plan, or UC SHIP, which is how it is known. Depending on a student's financial need, they may have been awarded a USHIP fee grant, which is a grant meant to cover UC SHIP. If you have been awarded a USHIP fee grant and waive out of UC SHIP, your USHIP fee grant will be canceled. For more information about the UC SHIP waiver, visit studenthealth.ucr.edu. Let's move on to discuss important dates happening in September. These dates can also be found on the academic calendar. All students are given financial aid awards under the assumption that they will be enrolled full-time. Here at UCR, full-time is considered to be enrolled in 12 units or more. If you are enrolled in 12 units or more, then you will receive 100% of your financial aid. If you are enrolled in 9 to 11 units, then you will receive 75% of your aid. If you are enrolled in 6 to 8 units, then you will receive 50% of your aid. Anything below that will then result in you not being eligible for aid. Enrollment is also related to census, which is a process that will be explained in a little bit. There are two types of disbursements that you will need to understand. One of them refers to the way financial aid is disbursed. Your financial aid will disburse on a quarterly basis to pay for the charges on your account. Because the fall fee payment deadline is September 15th, students must accept their financial aid on time in order for financial aid disbursed electronically. If any aid is left over, it is called a credit and a refund will be issued to you, either through direct deposit or via a check in the mail. The second type of disbursement refers to refunds. As mentioned in the previous slide, leftover funds after financial aid has been credited to your account will result in a refund. We cannot say this enough, but if you do receive a refund, please make sure to sign up for direct deposit. Otherwise, students who are not enrolled in direct deposit will be mailed a check to the address listed on the account. Checks are mailed once a week via regular U.S. mail. Moving on to October, the date that you will have to keep in mind is related to enrollment in classes. As mentioned earlier in the presentation, census is a process related to your enrollment. This is when the financial aid office reviews the total amount of enrolled units at a particular point in time to ensure that financial aid is disbursing correctly. This will always occur on the Friday of the third week of each quarter. When reviewing the academic calendar, there will be no explicit mention about census. Rather, it will be in the last day section when students can make adjustments to their enrollment. Enrollment below full-time on the census date might result in a reduction or cancellation of some financial aid funds and billing for funds received. If a student drops a class or withdraws from all classes after their disbursement was received, the student may need to pay back some or all of the money that was disbursed. We've talked about the important dates and deadlines to keep in mind for fall quarter. Let's now briefly discuss what you should keep in mind as you move forward in your undergraduate career. In order to remain eligible for federal financial aid, students must make satisfactory academic progress. The Financial Aid Office will evaluate your academic record at the end of spring quarter to determine if you are meeting SAP standards. The 3 SAP requirements are as follows: maximum time frame, PACE, and GPA. Most bachelor degrees at UCR require 180 units of academic work. The maximum time frame you can get financial aid is limited to 270 attempted units, which is 150% of 180 units. To meet PACE, you must pass 67% of the classes you take. PACE percentage is the total number of units completed divided by the total number of units attempted. For GPA, all undergraduate students must maintain a cumulative institutional GPA of 2.0. For more information about SAP requirements, please visit our website, financialaid.ucr.edu. Revisions and appeals are available to students via their R-Web. While we will not discuss these in detail, we have provided a QR code that takes students to a link of what each revision and appeals is about and what requirements must be met in order to submit one. Lastly, we would like to give you a preview of what the 2024-2025 application cycle will look like, as there will be major changes to the financial aid application. For starters, students must submit a financial aid application every year if they would like to be considered for financial aid. For the 2024-2025 cycle, applications will open in December 2023 and close on March 2, 2024. Additionally, the financial aid application will no longer use the expected family contribution, or EFC for short. Instead, it will be replaced by the Student Aid Index, or SAI for short. The SAI will use a new formula in how the government will measure a student's ability to pay for college. Students and parents will also be considered contributors to the application. All required contributors will need to provide consent for the application to link the IRS information. Without consent from all contributors, the application will not determine the SAI needed to determine aid eligibility. All contributors will be required to have an FSA ID. The FSA ID allows contributors to sign into the FAFSA and sign and submit the form electronically. Previously, parents who did not have an SSN could not apply for an FSA ID. This will change for the 2024-2025 application cycle. So international and undocumented parent contributors will be able to sign the application electronically. That is all that we have for you today. Thank you for attending this workshop. On this slide, we have provided the many ways you can contact our office. We can be contacted via phone, email, or in person. If you have questions about veteran benefits, please contact basco@ucr.edu. Lastly, please check out our Financial Wellness Program, which is a program housed within our office that provides UCR students the tools and resources to feel financially empowered during their time at UCR and beyond. Thank you once again for attending. We wish you all a successful undergraduate career at UCR.